I'm a big dog, who you wanna? Diamonds on my wrist and on my...
Yo, what's going on? And welcome into the huddle. We are back here talking about the NFL Conference Championships. Hope you guys are watching this on YouTube. And if you are, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. Now let's get into Packers versus the Bucks. Battle of great quarterbacks. Who gets it?
I'll take this one. I mean, obviously, it's one of the greatest quarterback playoff matchups we've ever seen. They actually played in week 6, and the Bucks won 38-10, pretty lopsided game. But the Packers were actually up 10-0 in that game, so the Bucks scored 38 unanswered points. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 out of his 5 total interceptions this year in that game. And I think if the Bucks force turnovers like they did last week, they win the game. But at the same time, it's Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. If they get the ball last, they're winning the game. But all that said, it's hard to beat a team twice. I'm taking the Packers.
This man just completely was saying that it was on the Bucs side and then says,
I know.
But I'm going with the Packers. He did this. Listen. He did this last playoff picks, and he did this with the Packers as well. He was like giving all these reasons why the Packers were going to lose, and then goes, just because you guys are picking the Rams, I'm going to pick the Packers. And that is the only why he's perfect, is because we picked the Rams.
I don't even know who you guys are picking.
No, what he did last week was basically like the similarity to
what I did last week is
to picking all 4 1 seeds to make the March Madness Final Four. Like, that's basically what he did. But I hate like, I feel like this might be like, I'm convinced the Packers are winning this game. I'm not like you are. I'm not on the fence. I'm convinced they're winning this. I have to take them here. At home, they are a completely different team at home. Plus, it's in the cold at Lambeau Field, and the Bucks got to come from Tampa. So, I mean, we just saw the Rams do that too and not play well. Granted, Jared Goff's their quarterback, but still, the Bucks don't have Antonio Brown for this game. He's out. Mike Evans has struggled against good cornerbacks this year, and Jair Alexander is a very good cornerback. And then I would just trust Matt LaFleur's offense over Bruce Arians, although they are both great coach. They've both proven to be great coaches this season. And then my one request for Matt LaFleur is, please feed AJ Dillon. Please feed him. He's going to win you this game. He's such a good runner. That's all I ask.
Let me clarify what I was saying real quick. Saying if the Bucks force turnovers like they did, they're going to win. But it's not going to happen. So the Packers are winning. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so if the Bucks win, you're not taking credit for the Bucks winning, right?
No, I'm got the Packers. Packers all the way.
All right. So I bet against the Packers last week. I was wrong. I learned my lesson, and I'm doing it again. I'm actually betting on the Bucks to win this game. You were talking about, Hayden, I think you were talking about how they're coming from Tampa Bay to go play in the cold. Tom Brady's used to playing in the cold.
Good point.
Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time, other than Patrick Mahomes, who will be soon. But that's besides the point. They have so many great assets on that team, even with Antonio Brown not playing in the game. Their defense is, like Ari said, that they will be causing hazards all across the field. I mean, you saw them last week with causing 4 turnovers. It's not going to be 4, but it's going to be, in my mind, 2 or 3. And that's against a quarterback who's been ballistic all year. That's how good their defense is, in my mind.
I hear you. They have a great defense. But last week, so Davante Adams had 9 catches for some high number of yards.
60 yards.
66 yards.
Yeah, and a touchdown, right? That's versus Jalen Ramsey. There is nobody on the Bucks defense that is anywhere close to Ramsey's level. So I'm taking Davante Adams with 10 catches, over 100 yards, and maybe 2 touchdowns. I think he's over
100.
Yeah, I think he's running through that defense. There's no one on the team that can guard him. flat out.
I agree. And the Bucks defense is known to be a lot better against the run than the pass. So I think LaFleur's still going to get the run game involved like he did against the Rams, where they have all three running backs going in, just staying fresh, and then they go play action, and everything's going to be open for Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
Well, we all know that the Packers don't have as great of a defense as Tampa Bay, obviously.
True.
I mean, they have a decent defense, but let's keep in mind that Tom Brady still has Mike Evans, and maybe even he has most time he's ever had in the pocket. I think this is the best O-line he's ever had. Gronk, who's been blocking like he is a lineman, like he has the time in the pocket to make the plays, even if he was throwing the Ravens receivers. Like I'm dead serious when I say this. I think there's no chance to bet away from Tom Brady. I felt this
who are
way.
you taking?
What?
He's
So who
taking
are
the
you
Bucks.
I said
Taking
I'm.
the Bucks?
Yeah, I said I'm taking the Bucks.
Oh, bad choice. Whatever.
So we move on.
Yeah,
Yes.
move on.
Bills versus Chiefs. And I'll start. So, before a couple hours ago, there was a bit of a question on whether Mahomes is going to play. And so that probably would have gone into my decision. But now it's confirmed that he's cleared the concussion protocol and the best quarterback in the league is playing. And so I can't pick against the Chiefs. I just can't. I mean, the Chiefs already played the Bills once earlier this season and ran all over them. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had the best game of his young career. And I think the Bills aren't going to know what to stop, because if they do what they did in week 6 when they played, then Mahomes is just going to keep handing the ball off. And I mean, hopefully Clyde Edwards-Helaire is healthy. He's been practicing this week. So I think he's in store for another big game. But also Mahomes is going to go crazy. Let's not forget that. It's playoff Mahomes. It's just like playoff LeBron. Look, I can't bet against Andy Reid. I can't bet against Andy Reid. Just like I can't bet against LeBron.
No, I mean, I'm with you. And not only did they run all over that defense, Patrick Mahomes completed 80% of his passes. That's crazy. With 261 total yards and 2 touchdowns, which is, a down game, but 80% of your passes, you're going to win the game if you complete that. Josh Allen, on the other hand, completed 51 when they played earlier. Josh Allen completed 51% of his passes, which with 164 total yards, 2 total touchdowns, and 1 pick. And I wrote down here all the stuff about Chad Henne, but he's not playing. Mahomes is playing, so I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that we're all taking the Chiefs. I mean, I think I was even taking the Chiefs even with Chad Henne playing. I think you could put Ari out there with that team and they go to work. Honestly, Josh Allen threw for, I think, just a little under 200 yards against the Ravens and 1 touchdown. I don't know exactly what his completion percentage was, but I don't believe it was very good. I don't think he played very well last week, and you're not going to be able to not play well against a team with, I wouldn't say a better defense, because the Ravens has a great defense, but a team with a good defense and the best offense in the league.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with playing the Chiefs is a turnover is a touchdown for the Chiefs. I mean, they're not going to waste an opportunity. At least 3 points. I mean, they're going to score anytime they get the ball for the most part. So you need to play a perfect game on offense and score a field goal or a touchdown every time you get the ball in order to beat the Chiefs, because they're putting up 30 points a game, except last week when Mahomes came out. But with Mahomes, with everyone healthy, they're putting up at least 4 touchdowns.
It seems just unfair. It's a super team.
Seriously, it's insane.
Just the Nets of football, except if the Nets blended well together.
Yeah, it's not like Travis Kelsey's going out doing his own thing and not playing for like 2 weeks. Like freaking
Yeah,
Kyrie.
that's a whole nother conversation. Let's stick to
Jones up
football.
or Tyreek Hill's up at strip clubs.
Yeah, I mean, Connor just said it. It's an unfair team, but
Yeah.
I want to hear what you guys think about what quarterback will have the best performance this weekend.
I mean, for me, I think it's pretty simple. It's the baddest man in football, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's motivated than anybody else. Tom Brady gains basically nothing from this. He's first year on a team. He got to the NFC Championship. He proved himself. He doesn't need Belichick. He proved himself. Mahomes won the Super Bowl last year. Yeah, it would be great for him to get there. Doesn't need it that much. Josh Allen, if he loses, all right, you lost to the Chiefs. Yeah, understandable. Aaron Rodgers got to the NFC Championship last year and they got killed 37-20. But it was the game did not portray the score. They got ran all over and the offense was not rolling. It was just bad. And in addition to that, he's been on a roll all season and he's not slowed down. Yeah, versus the Bucks, he played bad. But since then, he's had a great game over and over and over and over again. I see him having at least 250 yards, at least 3 total touchdowns, and no turnovers this game.
Wow, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I'm actually picking the quarterback he's playing against. I disagree with what you said of him proving that he doesn't need Belichick. I think that's why he's hungry. That's what he's trying to prove. This is his first year, and he wants to take his team to the Super Bowl to prove that he does not need Belichick. I think it's going to be a repeat of their earlier game this season. I don't think it's going to be as bad of a beating as that earlier game, but I think Tom Brady plays a perfect game. I don't see any turnovers. I see a over 70% completion percentage, and I don't see. And I'm gonna have to disagree with you thinking that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to throw a turnover against the best defense left in the playoffs.
Saying fumbles too, no turnovers at all, no fumbles, no picks.
That is an interesting take that I'm going to disagree with.
Well, Connor, you just you picked a quarterback that's gonna do all that in a loss, and I too, I'm gonna pick a quarterback who's gonna have a great performance, but in a loss, and that's Josh Allen. And hear me out on this one, because that may sound crazy, but he has not played well in any. He played well against the Colts, I'll give him that, but he has not played spectacular in any of his 3 career playoff games so far. And his team will be losing against the Chiefs. It's almost a guarantee. He's going to need to throw the ball. And so we've seen over the past 3 years with the Chiefs, the way that you beat them with Mahomes playing is shootout. The Rams did it on that crazy Monday Night Football game.
Greatest game I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then the Raiders did it this year with their only real loss. They put up 40 on them. And then, the Patriots in the AFC Championship game a couple years ago.
They should have won that, though.
They should have, but put up 37 on them. So the only way to beat them that we've seen in the past couple of years with Mahomes is to outscore them in a shootout. And the Bills with Josh Allen, they don't run the ball at all. Brian Dable calls straight pass plays. He's going to be throwing the ball a lot. He has the opportunity to have an insane statistical game, but I think it results in a loss because the Chiefs are just the Chiefs. But I still think Josh Allen, we look at him saying he put up a great effort, and he's going to be one of the top guys we have on our everyone's quarterback list. He's going to be up there going into next season because of his performance in this game.
So you're saying the Bills are going to lose, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying some of his stats are going to be garbage time?
No.
Because they're going to throw if they're losing, they're going to throw the ball at the end of the game. Correct?
Yeah, but that's not necessarily garbage time. I think it's going to be a close game.
So you think it's going to come down to the last drive, the Bills' last drive?
Possibly, yeah. If he plays well enough.
I personally think the spread is like 3. The Chiefs obviously, the Chiefs are obviously going to cover, but I think they're going to win by. It's going to be a 2-possession game, so at least 9. I mean, they're insane. They would have. I hate to say it, but they would have rolled over the Browns last week. I hate to say it. I really do. Baker played great, but they would have rolled over the Browns if Mahomes didn't come out of the game. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm taking the Chiefs by a lot.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs by a lot too.
It's just oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say that I don't see the potential chance of it being a close game. I think the Chiefs are just gonna roll over them. I don't think Josh Allen's built for the playoffs. I mean, he can prove me wrong, but he hasn't proved me wrong yet.
I don't think he is yet. He's not ready
I
yet.
can respect that.
He will win a Super Bowl. I'm telling you that. He will win a Super Bowl. He's very good.
That'll be a discussion for a later episode.
Okay.
It's just I think that given the fact that that offense is strictly throwing the ball every single play, and they're probably going to be losing, and Josh Allen's going to need to have a performance to keep it close. And I think Sean McDermott is going to be the coach of the year for a reason, and he's going to have his quarterback ready to go for a big performance this weekend against the Chiefs, even though they'll lose. But I think it stays close.
So you think he'll outplay Mahomes?
Yeah.
But lose the game?
Because the Chiefs are going to run the ball like they did in week 6.
It's probably true.
I
mean, at the end of the day, it's Aaron Rodgers. He's insane. I mean, he's a bad man for a reason. Like he's not declining at all. He's maybe had the greatest season of his career at 37 years old, who, by the way, Tom Brady has also had one of the greatest seasons of his career at 43 years old, which is insane. But yeah, I also think it's kind of interesting that it's like Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers, 2 older guys, and then it's Mahomes versus Josh Allen, like 2 younger guys. It's like 2 different generations playing each other.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady. That's all I gotta say. This man, 16 touchdowns in his last 6 starts, 1 interception in his last 6 starts. Like this guy's been on a tear. 43 years old. He's hungry. He wants to prove people wrong. And this guy's gonna go out and surprise you guys. I can't wait to clip these looks and that's a bad take. Whatever Ari said earlier, I can't wait to clip that and just post that everywhere.
I actually want to say something about what you said before, how you think Tom Brady still wants to prove the doubters wrong about how he needs Belichick. I think he already has. I mean, it's a COVID season, no OTAs, not much training camp. You're not you don't practice in person, obviously a lot, but not as much as you'd want. You have Zoom calls until August, early September. And so with all of that given, he's getting to the NFC Championship, also with the first season with this team. I think he's proved that he does not need Belichick. Because also look at Belichick. I think it was 7-9, 8-8, missed the playoffs for the first time in 20 years, something like that. I mean, Belichick needs Brady. So I think it's the player, not the coach.
I think Belichick just needs a quarterback. Period.
I agree.
I mean, he did a great job this year with the team he was given, but it's the player, not the coach, in this dynamic, in that relationship.
And I want to bring it back to something Hayden said earlier on the best game he said he's ever watched. I'm going to have to disagree.
That is the best game I've ever seen. I agree with him.
I think the best game I ever saw was this year. The Browns-Ravens.
Oh,
okay.
That was a great game. Listen. In the group chat, I called what was going to happen. I said Kareem Hunt touchdown right here. What happened? Kareem Hunt touchdown.
They lost the game.
I don't care.
Because he beat me in the fantasy
I
playoffs.
beat
My team
Hayden
was
in the
6
fantasy
and 7.
playoffs because Kareem Hunt scored that touchdown.
Imagine
and that's what
losing.
makes it
Imagine
the best
losing in the
game I've
fantasy
ever won.
playoffs. That's gotta suck.
Yo, imagine getting first rounded, huh? All right, that's messed up, man.
Imagine what?
Could you imagine getting first rounded? I couldn't.
Not this year. Past 2 years, maybe. No, but I mean, okay, that's probably the second greatest game I've ever seen. No, third. Rams, Chiefs, Falcons, Patriots, Super Bowl. Can't forget about that. And then Ravens, Browns. But the only reason why I'm putting Rams, Chiefs game over Browns, Ravens is because that was supposed to be the Super Bowl preview. That should have been, maybe not, I don't know, but because like with the passing interference stuff, but that would have been a great Super Bowl. Instead, we got the most boring Super Bowl of all time, 13-3. That was terrible.
Yeah.
And also, Lamar Jackson got very lucky with that last touchdown.
Guys,
Was wide open.
yeah, I mean, if you don't mind though, I'd like to end this episode with some AJ Dillon highlights. So let's
You're weird.
let's oh my goodness.
Was that a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain?
Look, all right, stop hating. That's
I'm not hating.
I can't do this with you hating. I can't do this. Like,
It was a.
all right, well, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see him go off this
No,
week.
they're gonna win. I'm with you, but
Okay.
he's not gonna be the reason.
All right. Well, we'll see when the Packers go down. And we'll also see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for clocking in, and we'll see you guys next time in the huddle.